Stop studying grammar right now. Close your textbook. Burn your vocabulary lists. There is a ghost in your English. It is haunting every sentence you speak, and it is the single reason you cannot understand native speakers. You think you are listening to words, but you are actually listening to ghosts. If you do not learn to hear what is not there, you will never be fluent.
She is absolutely right. I have seen students with PhDs, brilliant minds, people who have memorized the entire dictionary, walk into a coffee shop in New York and fail to order a simple cup of coffee. They know the words, but they do not know the invisible sounds. Today, we are not teaching you what to say. We are teaching you what to hide.
Welcome to the Slow English channel. I'm Daisy, and today we are solving the mystery of the invisible sounds of English. We are here with Professor Peter Hanson from New York. Peter, you said something quite shocking just before we started recording. You said that 50% of spoken English is essentially silence?
It is true, Daisy. It is absolutely true. And that is a conservative estimate. When I lecture at the university or when I'm simply walking down Broadway, I am not speaking in the way textbooks teach. I am eating my words. I am swallowing letters. I am crushing syllables together until they disappear. And the students who try to pronounce every single letter, they are the ones who sound the most foreign. It's a paradox, isn't it? To sound clear, you must be unclear. To be understood, you must mumble.
That sounds terrifying for our listeners, Peter. To be understood, you must mumble? That goes against everything they learned in school. Their teachers told them to enunciate, to speak clearly, to pronounce the T and the R and the S.
And that is why they fail. Let me tell you a story, Daisy. This goes back to, it must have been 1996 or 1997. I was teaching a very advanced class in Manhattan. These were business executives, doctors, engineers, top of their fields. I had one student, let's call him Kenji. Kenji was a structural engineer. He could explain the physics of a suspension bridge in perfect grammatical English. He knew words I didn't even know. One day, Kenji comes into my office and he looks devastated, truly sad.
Oh no, what happened to him?
He told me he went to a diner, a typical, loud, busy New York diner, to get lunch. He wanted a vegetable omelet, just a vegetable omelet. He waited for the waitress, he looked her in the eye, and he said very clearly, "I would like a veg-ta-ble omelet." He pronounced every syllable, veg-ta-ble.
He was being precise. He wanted to make sure she understood him.
Exactly. And do you know what the waitress did? She stared at him. She frowned. She said, "What?" So Kenji said it again, louder, veg-ta-ble. She still didn't understand. Finally, he pointed at the menu. She looked at it and said, "Oh, you mean a vegetable omelet." Kenji was heartbroken. He thought his accent was terrible, but it wasn't his accent, Daisy. It was his rhythm. He was adding sounds that shouldn't exist. He was trying to make the invisible visible.
That is such a painful story, but it is so common. Kenji was a victim of the schwa, or as we like to call it, the ghost sound.
The schwa, the killer of confidence.
Let us break this down slowly for everyone. Listeners, I want you to take a deep breath. We are going to look at that word Kenji failed to say, veg-ta-ble, V-E-G-E-T-A-B-L-E. It looks like it has 4 parts. veg-ta-ble. But Peter, how many parts does it actually have in the real world?
In my world, in the loud streets of Brooklyn, it has 3, sometimes only 2.5 if I'm in a hurry. Veg-ta-ble. The second E is gone. It's dead. It's been erased from history.
This is the first rule of invisible sounds, elision. Elision is when a sound disappears completely. Let us practice this, Peter. I will say the textbook version, and I want you to say the native version. And then I want to try to copy your American accent, even though it hurts my British soul.
I appreciate the sacrifice, Daisy. Let's do it.
Okay, the word is C-A-M-E-R-A. Textbook, cam-er-a.
Real life, camera. 2 syllables, camera.
Listeners, did you hear that? He did not say cam-er-a. He said camera, like the room, cam, and the sun god, Ra. Camera. Let me try. Camera. Camera. How was that, Peter?
Not bad, Daisy, but you're still too polite. You're British, so you treat the vowels with respect. In New York, we crush them. Camera. It's almost aggressive. Try to sound a little more tired. Imagine you've been working for 12 hours and you just want to take a picture and go home.
Okay, I'm channeling my inner tired New Yorker. Camera. Camera.
Better, much better.
Let's do another one. This is a favorite for students. C-H-O-C-O-L-A-T-E. Textbook, chocolate. 3 or 4 syllables depending on how you read it. Chocolate.
Oh, I love this one. In America, if you say chocolate, people will think you're a robot. It's 2 syllables. Chocolate.
Chocolate. It sounds like chalk and let. Chocolate.
Precisely. The O in the middle, invisible. It's not there. If you pronounce it, you break the rhythm of the sentence. And this is the critical point, Daisy. It's not just about being fast, it's about the music. English is a stress-timed language. We tap our feet to the beat of the stressed syllables. If you add extra syllables like chocolate, you're adding extra beats to the music. You're dancing off rhythm. That's why the waitress couldn't understand Kenji. He was dancing a waltz while she was listening to rock and roll.
That's a beautiful metaphor, Peter. The waltz versus rock and roll. So, listeners, I want you to practice this with us. We're going to do a drill. I will say the sentence with the ghost word. I want you to listen to the rhythm. Then Peter will say it naturally. Sentence 1. I have a separate room. The word is S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E. Textbook, separate.
Real life, separate. I have a separate room.
Repeat after Peter. Separate.
Separate. Duh, separate.
Now the full sentence. I have a separate room.
I have a separate room. Notice I don't stop. I don't say I have a separate room. It flows like a river. I have a separate room.
Sentence 2. Literature is interesting. Oh, this is a hard one. 2 ghosts in one sentence. The words are L-I-T-E-R-A-T-U-R-E and A-N-D-I-N-T-E-R-E-S-T-I-N-G.
This is the ultimate test. If you can say this sentence like a native, you can survive anything.
Okay, textbook first. Literature is interesting. That took me 5 seconds to say.
And everyone fell asleep while you were saying it. Here's the New York speed version. Literature's interesting.
Slow that down, Professor. Break it down.
Okay. Literature. 3 syllables. The E is gone. Lit-ra-ture. Actually, in American English, that T becomes a little soft, almost a ch sound. Literature.
Literature.
And the second word, interesting. Not interesting, interesting. 3 syllables.
So the sentence becomes, literature is interesting.
Literature's interesting.
Ooh, you did something else there, Peter. I caught you.
You caught me. That's the contraction, the cousin of the invisible sound. The is almost disappears. It just becomes a Z sound attached to the word before it. Literatures.
This leads us perfectly into our second segment. We have talked about words shrinking. Now, we need to talk about words crashing into each other. This is where British and American English start to fate a little bit. Are you ready for a battle, Peter?
I was born ready, Daisy. I have my shield up.
The topic is glottal stops versus flap T's, the case of the glass of water.
Oh, the water debate. I knew it.
Listeners, you probably learned in school to say water, a crisp, clean T sound, like a little click of the tongue behind your teeth. Water. This is beautiful. It is elegant. It is rarely used in casual speech.
It is very Downton Abbey, Daisy. It is lovely. But if you come to the Bronx and ask for water, you sound like you are wearing a tuxedo.
So explain the American flap T. How do you say this simple liquid?
We turn the T into a D, a fast, soft D. Water, water. My tongue just taps the roof of my mouth very quickly. It doesn't stop the air, it just flaps against the roof. Water. Can I have a glass of water?
Water. It sounds so lazy, Peter.
It is efficient. We are busy people. We don't have time to stop the air for a tea. Water. But Daisy, you don't say water either in London, do you? You do something even stranger. You swallow the tea completely.
It is true. In London, especially in Cockney or estuary accents, we use the glottal stop. We cut the air in our throat. Water.
Water.
Yes, it is like the sound you make when you are lifting something heavy. Water. The T is invisible. It is a ghost. Can I have a glass of water?
So we have 3 versions. The textbook, water. The American, water. The British, water.
And this is why you, the listener, miss 50% of the words. You are listening for water, but your ears are receiving water or water. Your brain is searching for a sound that isn't there.
Daisy, I want to pause here for a mentorship segment. This is crucial. I want to talk directly to the listener for a moment.
Go ahead, Peter.
Listeners, I want you to visualize your brain right now. When you learn a language in a classroom, you are building a library. You have shelves of books. Each book is a word. You have a book for water, a book for veg-ta-ble, a book for interesting. When you listen to English, your brain acts like a librarian. It runs to the shelf to find the book that matches the sound. But here is the problem. The librarian is a perfectionist. The librarian is looking for the exact title. If he hears water, he stops. He panics. He says, I don't have a book called water. I only have water. And while he's panicking, the speaker has already said 5 more sentences. You get lost. You get frustrated. You feel stupid. I need you to fire that librarian. Seriously, fire him. You need a detective, not a librarian. A detective looks for clues. A detective hears water and thinks, context is a restaurant. He's thirsty. Water sounds close to water. It must be water. This happens in milliseconds, but it only happens if you relax. If you're tense, if you're trying to be perfect, your brain freezes.
That is such profound advice, Peter. Fire the librarian, hire a detective. I love that.
It is the only way. You have to be comfortable with ambiguity. You have to be comfortable not knowing. When I lived in Japan, I spoke very poor Japanese, but I was good at guessing. I listened to the melody, not just the words. If you listen to the melody of English, the invisible sounds don't matter as much. You feel the meaning.
Speaking of melody, Peter, let's talk about the most common invisible words, the weak forms. These are the tiny words that glue sentences together, words like and, to, for, of.
Ah, the glue words. These are the biggest victims of English crime. We destroy these words. We pulverize them.
Let's take rock and roll. 3 words, rockandroll.
If you say rock and roll, you sound like a grandmother reading a list. I like rock and roll. No, the and becomes N, just the letter N, rock and roll.
Rock and roll, fish and chips, black and white.
The D in and is almost never pronounced unless we are emphasizing it. I said I want the red and the blue one, but usually it's just a noise, a grunt.
What about to, T-O?
To usually becomes ta. It is the schwa again. I have to go. I want to sleep.
Wait, Peter, you said I want to go, but don't Americans usually squish that even more?
You are exposing all my bad habits, Daisy. Yes, we don't say want to, we say wanna.
Wanna. I wanna go.
I wanna go. This is not slang, really. I mean, you shouldn't write it in a formal email to your boss. But in speech, even the president says wanna. Even I, a professor, say wanna when I'm talking to the dean. I wanna discuss the budget. It is fluid. It is fast.
Let's drill this. I will give the formal phrase. Peter will give the invisible version. Listeners, you repeat the invisible version. Phrase 1, cup of tea.
Cup of tea. That of becomes a schwa, cup of tea.
Cup of tea. That sounds so British when I say it. Cup of tea.
Phrase 2, first and foremost. First and foremost.
First and foremost. Phrase 3, ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs. Phrase 4, don't you know?
Ooh, this is a special one, assimilation. Don't you becomes don't you. The T and the Y mix together to make a ch sound. Don't you?
Don't you? Don't you know?
Don't you know? What you doing? What are you doing?
What you doing? It sounds completely different from the written words. If a student is reading subtitles, they see what are you doing, but they hear what you doing.
And this brings us back to the detective mindset. If you are reading subtitles, you are training your eyes, not your ears. You need to close your eyes. You need to trust the sound.
I want to ask you about the psychological aspect of this again, Peter. We have a listener, Maria from Brazil. She wrote in and said, Daisy, when I try to speak fast and connect words like Peter does, I feel fake. I feel like I'm mocking Americans. It feels disrespectful.
Maria, I hear this so often. It's the imposter syndrome of accent. You feel like an actor putting on a costume that doesn't fit. You feel like you're making fun of us. Let me tell you something, Maria. When you speak with the rhythm of my language, when you use wanna and gonna and water, I don't think you're mocking me. I think you are coming closer to me. Think of it like a dance. If you come to my country and you bow, like in Japan, it's polite. But if you shake my hand firmly, like an American, I feel a connection. Mimicking the sounds of a native speaker is the highest form of flattery. It means you want to be part of the tribe. It is not fake. It is adaptation.
Adaptation? That's a strong word.
It is survival. When I was in Paris, I tried to speak French. I was terrible. My accent was heavy American. Bonjour. Terrible. But then I started to listen to the music of French, the way they lift their voice at the end, the way they purse their lips. I started to copy it. I felt ridiculous. I felt like a cartoon character. But do you know what happened? The French people stopped switching to English. They started talking to me in French because I was trying to match their frequency.
You were tuning your radio to their station.
Exactly. Maria, do not be afraid to sound fake. Fake it until you make it. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Let's go back to the mechanics for a moment. I want to talk about the H dropping. This is very common in the UK, but I think you do it in the US too.
The disappearing H, yes.
For example, the pronouns him, her, he. In a sentence like, I told him to go, we often don't say the H.
Right, we say I told him, told him. It sounds like one word, told him.
And I asked her.
I asked her. The H is gone. It's invisible. I asked her if she wanted coffee.
If you say, I asked her with a strong H, it sounds like you are angry. It sounds like you are emphasizing her specifically, not someone else.
Yes, I asked her, not him. But if it's just a normal sentence, the H must die. The H must die for the sentence to live.
That's a brutal rule, Peter. The H must die.
English is a brutal language, Daisy. It eats its own children.
Okay, let's practice the H dropping drill. I will say the angry version with the H. Is he okay?
Is he okay? Is he? The S of is connects to the E of he. Is he?
Is he okay?
What did he say?
What did he say?
What did he? What did he? The T becomes a D, a flap T, and the H disappears. What did he?
This is advanced stuff. What did he say? If you write that down phonetically, it looks like an alien language.
It is an alien language. It is spoken English. It is not written English. They are two different languages. This is what I tell my students on day one. You are learning two languages, the one you write with and the one you speak with. Do not confuse them.
We have about 10 minutes left, Peter. I want to spend some time on the dark L. This is a sound that trips up so many people.
The dark L, the sound of the throat.
In many languages, the L is always light, la la la, tip of the tongue touching the teeth. But in English, we have two L's.
The light L is at the start of a word. Love, light, lemon. It is clear, it is forward.
But at the end of a word, ball, feel, cool.
We don't say ball. We don't touch the teeth as much. The sound comes from the back of the throat. It is a deep guttural sound. Ball. Your tongue pulls back. It's almost like you're swallowing the tongue.
Can you describe the mouth shape for our listeners?
Sure. For a light L, lemon, your tongue is pointy. It touches the ridge behind your top teeth. Lemon. For a dark L, ball, the tip of your tongue might still go up, but the back of your tongue rises up toward the soft palate. It creates a hollow shape in your mouth. That is why it sounds dark. Ball. Call.
Let's try a sentence that has both. Little.
Ooh, that is a tricky one. Little. First L is light. Second L is dark. And the T's in the middle? In America, they are flap T's.
So break down little in American.
Little. Little. The end is that dark L sound. It is not lit-tel. It is lidol.
And in British, little. We keep the T sharp, but the L is still quite dark. Little.
Listeners, try to make that deep sound in your throat. Oh, oh. Use your diaphragm. Feel the vibration in your chest. I feel real cool.
I feel real cool.
If you use a light L there, I feela, reela, coola, you sound very happy. You sound very light and bouncy, but you don't sound like a native speaker. The dark L gives English its weight.
Weight. That is a good word. English is a heavy language. It has strong beats and weak beats. It has dark sounds and ghost sounds.
Daisy, I want to tell one more story before we finish. It's about a student named Elena. She was Russian, very strict education. She believed that there was a correct way to speak and a wrong way. She thought slang and connected speech were wrong. She refused to use wanna. She refused to say water.
That sounds like a principled stand.
It was, but it made her lonely. She lived in Chicago for 3 years. She said she felt like she was behind a glass wall. She could see people talking. She could understand the words on paper, but she couldn't feel the conversation. She sounded so formal that people couldn't joke with her. They kept their distance. One day we were doing a drill, just like this one. We were practicing, "What you doin'?" And suddenly she laughed. She just let go. She said, "What you doin'?" And she made a funny face, and in that moment, the glass wall broke. She realized that language is play. It is not a test. It is a game.
Language is play.
Yes, you have to play with the sounds. You have to be willing to look silly. Elena started using contractions. She started dropping her H's, and guess what? She made friends, she started dating an American guy. Her life opened up because she stopped trying to be correct and started trying to be connected.
That is the goal of this channel. Connection, not perfection.
Connection over perfection, always.
So, Peter, as we wrap up, let's give our listeners a final homework assignment, but not a written one, a listening one.
Here is your mission if you choose to accept it. I want you to watch a movie scene, just 1 minute, maybe a scene from Friends or a Marvel movie, anything with natural dialogue.
Step 1.
Step 1, watch it with subtitles. Understand the meaning.
Step 2.
Step 2, turn off the subtitles. Close your eyes. Listen to the sound. Do not listen for words. Listen for the music. Listen for the swoops and the crashes.
And step 3.
Step 3, pick one sentence, just one, and try to mimic it exactly. Not the words, the sound. If the actor mumbles, you mumble. If the actor screams, you scream. If the actor drops the H, you drop the H. Record yourself on your phone. Compare it to the movie. Do it 50 times until you sound like a clone of that actor.
50 times?
50 times. It takes muscle memory. Your mouth is a gym. You need to train the muscles to move in new ways. You cannot learn to play the piano by reading a book about pianos. You have to move your fingers. You cannot learn to speak English by reading a book. You have to move your tongue.
My tongue is tired just thinking about it. Yawn.
Then we have done a good job.
Thank you so much, Professor Peter Hanson. You have blown our minds today. The ghosts, the detectives, the dark elves. It's been a masterclass.
It was my pleasure, Daisy. Remember, listeners, don't be afraid of the ghosts. They are your friends.
This is Daisy and Peter from the Slow English channel. We'll see you in the next episode. But until then,
Listen to the silence.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Peter, did I say veg-ta-ble correctly that time?
Perfect. I couldn't hear the middle E at all. You're a natural New Yorker now.